Beautiful. Here we are with Desiree Kleberg, Whitman Wildcat for those Long Island lacrosse fans. Her sophomore year at Quinnipiac. How are you, Des?
I'm great. How are you, Mike?
I'm doing good. I'm always better when I get to hang out with you. Wish I was hanging out with your dad. Hopefully I'll be able to go to another game this year. You're not playing
Yes.
Long Island now.
I don't think we're coming to Long Island anytime soon, but
No, I was just looking at your schedule, and unfortunately you're only playing the MAC teams, right?
yeah.
That was cool last year when you came to Post.
Yeah, that was a great game.
It was
Won
a
by
great
2,
game.
yeah.
And we had a lot of fans there, and a lot of the girls that you coached were at the game.
Yes. Yes, my old team coming to support.
It was awesome. So how are you enjoying QPAC?
It's definitely different this semester with COVID and everything going on, but it's still great. Love the school, love my teammates, and it's always a good time. So
What are you studying?
I'm a biology major on the pre-med track. So hopefully after undergrad, I will be applying to medical schools. So we'll see how that goes.
Nice. What do you think you're gonna do with it? Anything on your mind, like what you want to do?
I do want to be a cardiologist or an orthopedic surgeon. I have to decide if I want to do surgery or not, but we'll see how med school takes me.
Really? Do you like blood?
Yeah, I mean, like I don't like blood, but I can handle it. So that's why cardiologist would be a good job for me.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. There's a young man. I don't know if you ever met Tyler. He played at Yale. Did you ever hear the name Tyler Warner? You ever hear that name?
I've heard the name. I've never interacted with him though.
Yeah, Tyler was an FLG guy. He graduated college. He was on the Yale team, and he was a pre-med major. And now he's in Harvard Med School, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
He wants to be an orthopedic surgeon.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I'll definitely introduce you, so at least you guys can talk about his experiences.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, it's always good to hear from other people. I know your brother's going to be a pharmacist, right?
Yeah, he's in his second to last year, and it's been I think 7 years. He's in a really long program, but he's been working hard, so I'm proud of him.
He's at Pitt, right?
He's at Duquesne in Pittsburgh. Yeah.
It's in Pittsburgh, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So take me through what's going on. Have you started practicing?
Yeah, so it's been a little different. There's a lot of rules we have to follow. And because of the snow that we've just been getting hit with snow. We've only been inside. We have to take a bus and we have to sit in our housing groups. So if there is, let's just say, a positive COVID test, we do get split up, and the quarantine is based on of who you live with and who you're next to on the bus. So it's definitely different than what we normally would be like. And it's kind of hard because we can't really interact with each other as much, but it's for our own safety. But practices have been pretty normal. We have to mask up, socially distance, but it's been great. We've been off to a great start, and I'm really excited for the season.
So you bus into an indoor complex? That's why you bus?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, like a local bubble or something?
Yeah, we have an indoor soccer turf that we all of the spring sports use at Quinnipiac.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So the boys get to use it?
Yes, soccer uses it. I think field hockey might even be going there too, but their field is, I think, plowed. So yeah, they kind of use both.
They don't plow your field?
Well, our field is also very icy because we have the cork turf. So we can't play on it when it reaches a certain temperature. So we have to go to indoor facility even when there's no snow. So yeah. We're not on our field that often.
I was on the website and I was looking at, I saw you, I think you're opening up with Fairfield, then you play them twice.
Yes.
So you're playing some teams twice, huh?
Yeah, they split us into 2 divisions in the MAC, and it's based off of regions. So the northern teams like Niagara, Canisius, they'll play each other twice, and we'll play the southern teams twice, and then we'll play the northern teams 1 time instead of 2 times to limit the travel and exposure.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, when you go down to play Marist, because that's not Marist, when you go to play Monmouth, it's Thursday, Sunday. Do you stay there the whole time?
Yeah, that's going to be our long trip it normally would be if we went to a farther team in Florida or something. They're making that we're going to stay for I think 2 or 3 nights.
Is that during your spring break? Is that why?
Well, they eliminated our spring break, so we're kind of just counting that as our spring break. I think it's just how the games were set up this year that we're staying longer for Monmouth instead of, let's just say, we were going to Florida or something, but yeah.
So if you, it's funny because I was looking at I know that TK, for those people that are listening, TK is the head coach, Tanya, and Tanya's awesome. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of Tanya's, and I know she's tough, right? She's tough, right?
Yeah, she's tough, but we love her.
She's tough in a good way, though, right?
Yes. She
You know,
wants us to just be great, so she just expects a lot out of us.
yeah, she just wants the best for you, and that's what I love. But for those people out there that have never seen Quinnipiac, tell them a little bit about the school, because I mean I've been there and I think it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it's kind of a hidden gem. A lot of people don't really know about it, myself included. I didn't really know much about it when I was getting recruited, but it's kind of in like a mountainy area right across from our school. We have Sleeping Giant National Park, and we go hiking there all the time. It's just so pretty. There's so much to do around the area. It's a small little town, but it's nice, and I love it.
And people don't realize it. Like, you got some big time sports there. Your hockey team was in the national championship a couple of years ago.
Yeah, our hockey team's insane. Our basketball teams have been doing well. It's a great sports school right now. We're making some headlines.
Yeah, and I know they built a nice stadium for you guys in the last couple of years, right?
Yes, it's great.
Is your locker room right by the stadium, or where is your locker room?
Yeah, our locker room is right by the new soccer and lacrosse stadium that they built. All of the soccer teams and lacrosse teams have their locker rooms there. They split it up like all down the row that they have, and it's just really convenient for everyone. It's nice.
So that's where you would end up going, and you leave all your stuff there. But now that you're going on the bus, does the bus pick you up at the locker room?
So we kind of have all of our stuff like in our houses or our dorms. We scheduled a day to like pick everything up just so we wouldn't leave everything. And we also like moved everything around in the locker room based off of our housing units. So when we do go, it's very like distance, and we're only with the people who live with us or who are considered in our housing group, just so it's very COVID friendly in there. And obviously we have to wear a mask and stuff like that, but it's definitely a lot different than it would be in a normal locker room normal year. So yeah.
So give a shout out. Who are your roommates? What are their names?
Sophia Icino, Campbell Nairati, Hallie Campbell, Liza Bailey, Megan Slazowski, and Kat Henselder, FLG alum actually too.
Yeah.
So.
How's Kat doing?
Kat's great. She's been killing it in the net, and I'm so excited to see her this year because I know she's gonna be playing awesome, and we're gonna need a lot from her. So.
Yeah. Now Meg is the super senior, right?
Yeah, she's our fifth year. It's a house of 1 fifth year and 6 sophomores. So it's kind of crazy, but it's nice living with 6 other girls, and especially having Swaz's leadership. It's awesome.
Yeah, I remember seeing her last year at Post. She was good. She was
Mm-hmm.
really good. That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, I was looking at your roster, and since TK's gotten there, I mean, you got 4 LI girls in your class: Tamarki, you, Kat, and Soph, right?
Yes.
And then you got Stenek and Bergeson in the freshman class. How's Berg doing?
Berg's killing it. She's so shifty on attack, and Julia's also been killing it on defense. They're both playing really well, and I'm excited for them and the rest of their class to show up and see how they play this year.
Yeah, that's cool. It's cool when you get the young freshmen. You kind of get to show them the ropes, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I know Berg well. I watched Stenek play at Bayport. She's very talented. Yeah.
Yes.
She's TK's killing it on the island. I hope she keeps killing it. Do you know if there's any 21s coming from the island? Do you know any?
Yeah, I think there's 2 more coming from both Nassau girls, Abby Wise and
Oh yeah,
Alumni. Yeah.
Abby's sister's an FLG girl.
Yes.
Yeah, Peyton. Yeah, Abby's awesome. She's a plain edge girl.
Yes, she's great. We've already played with them. We've texted them over winter break, and we've asked them to come with the rest of the Long Island girls, and they're really adapting to playing with us already. So it's gonna be great when they actually come.
Oh, did you guys do some stuff together over the break?
Yeah, we met up like at like neutral locations, and we just kind of texted the Long Island Quinnipiac girls like, "Hey, you want to come shoot one day?" And everyone came, and it was great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That just shows great culture, man. Good leadership, great culture.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I'm excited to see who she recruits in the 22 class. Do you know, has she committed any 22s yet? Any the juniors?
I think Ella Grace's sister Mia from South Side. They think they both are coming. One of them is a 21, one of them 22. So I think that's the only one right now, but I could be wrong. I'm not really sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotta reach out to TK and see where she is in the 22 class, because there's a lot of great 22s on the island. There's so much talent. Tamarki's cousin, I think it's her cousin. Have you seen that girl play? She's what is she, a 10th grader now? She's a middle
It's her
country
little
girl.
sister. It's her little sister. She's insane. She's gonna be great.
Oh, I told TK she should try to get her hands on that girl. That girl,
Yeah.
I saw her at the Under Armour. She's legit.
Yeah, she's unreal. I think she was on varsity as like a 7th grader. She was killing it with like Jamie Ortega and them. Like, it's insane.
It is. It's funny. I remember seeing them play too. You know, when she was really young, she was playing midfield. I think she was playing more attack. At least for Under Armour, she was playing attack, but she could probably play both. That's cool. I'm excited to see what happens. One of the things we try to get out of these interviews is parents to start to realize that they have to go visit the schools. I think that's one thing you and your dad did. Take everybody through your process a little bit. And because obviously I know what it was, and take them through what you did in order to find the right fit for you.
Well, my dad told me like immediately when I was starting the recruiting process, like you have to visit every school, no matter, even if you don't know the school, if you don't like the school, like you just have to go, and because that's really what's going to determine if you want to play there or not. And that's exactly what I did. I went to every school that contacted me that showed enough interest in me for me to go want to visit there. And this school, Quinnipiac, I had no idea what it was. My dad told me it was like the Polling's place, like with the politics and everything like that. But I had no idea what the school was about. And when I came here, TK was telling me about the culture. And I just loved it. I loved the girls. On my overnight visit, I just knew this is where I wanted to be. And that's kind of how I ended up here.
Yeah, it's funny because one of the things that we talk about with, obviously our athletes, and we want to get the word out to all the Long Island families and make them realize that you got to do your homework, because otherwise you don't find the right fit. And I know, obviously you and Kat found a great fit at Quinnipiac, and some of your teammates went to other schools and found great fits. I just think it's doing the homework. And if they don't do the homework, then you're not really giving your child the best chance to find the right fit for you. And I see that, I know that how happy you've been. So hopefully parents that are going to be listening to this, take their kids and do the work. A lot of people kind of take the shortcut and they find that first school and they're like, oh, I love this school. Well, there's nothing to compare it to. You got to compare it,
Yeah. And something I learned with like the schooling and everything like that, like it's not just the big name schools that are going to reach out to you. You have to look at the smaller ones that you might not even know about, and that might be your perfect fit. It's not just about the Ohio States and stuff like that. You just got to look for the small school that's right for you. And Quinnipiac was just that for me.
And it's cool too, because like in your case, your mom and dad can literally come to every one of your games. It's not that far.
Yes.
Which is such a, such a bonus. I know your parents both, want to see you play. And the other thing is, last year you played on the island once, but for those people who don't realize it, you can take the ferry to your school.
Yeah.
It's how long is the drive? What is it? An hour and 30 minutes?
Without traffic, it's like an hour and a half, an hour 45. But yeah, I know a lot of people, my parents don't really take the ferry, but a lot of people say that the ferry is the way to go because it just avoids the city traffic. But yeah, it's short even if you do drive. So it's the perfect location for me.
Yeah. I think that's something that's underrated when people are evaluating schools, because I know when I used to schlep to go see Corey play, and we loved it when he was home because he played in Philly. But when he was playing, let's say up in New Hampshire, it was like, 6 hours each way. It's like the whole weekend is, it was fine. You made the best of it, but it's a schlep. So people should think about stuff like that, especially if you know you're going to want to see your kids play.
Yes, of course.
Has your dad missed a game?
No, he has not missed a game. He even flew to Virginia when we played Old Dominion. He will never miss a game. If I'm playing, he will never miss a game.
I know. I knew that. I love that. I knew your dad would be that way. That's great. You shouldn't. Because as you know, you'll sniff, and then your 4 years will be over and your career's done, and he's gonna be like, I wish I did this and did that. But now your dad's not gonna do that. Now, you use a 5th year or no? Because if you go to med school, how does that work?
I could use a 5th year. I would just probably delay going to med school, and my school actually offers a program like for my major that I'm gonna look into if I do decide to take the 5th year. But yeah, we all have the opportunity to because of last year with the COVID. So I'm definitely gonna have to talk to my coach and my family about that if that's something that I want to do.
Yeah, you'll evaluate it when you have to. You don't have to worry about it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're going to be winning a few MAC championships, so you got to get ready for that.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I want to see all those rings. You're gonna be like Tom Brady with all the rings.
Yes. Gonna get more rings than Tom.
The number one team last year in the MAC, was that Fairfield
Um,
or
I think
Marist?
I think it was Monmouth, actually. Monmouth is a great team.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was the score against You play them last year, or you didn't play them?
No, we didn't play any MAC games last year. We almost got there, but then season got canceled. We scrimmaged Fairfield in the fall, and it was definitely a very close game. What people don't realize about the MAC is like every team, like it's gonna be like a 1 or 2 goal game because we're just so all evenly matched. And that makes it really like exciting for like the freshmen and even the sophomores who haven't played in the MAC, because we know every game's gonna be competitive and it's gonna be like who wants it more that day. So I'm excited to get into the MAC play.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of cool. And I know you got some really close friends at Manhattan.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be an exciting game. I'm excited to play that game.
Right? It's funny because I'm curious to see. You know what I wanted to ask you? Where the name's escaping me. Julie's, what's the middle sister's name?
Ava, she committed to Manhattan too, so
She's
they're
going to
gonna
Manhattan?
yeah, next year.
Okay. I couldn't think of her name. She's awesome. I mean,
Yeah, she's a
she's gonna go to Manhattan. Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, did you play them last year? Oh no, you
No,
didn't
we
play
didn't play
Mac.
Manhattan.
Oh,
Yeah, we
that's
didn't
too
play
bad.
Manhattan.
That should be a fun day.
Yeah.
A little reunion. I love that. Reunions
Yes.
of all the guys that play together and all the buddies. That's cool. So now your first game, I'm looking at your thing, is in March, right?
Yeah, March 6th.
So you got, let's see, you got like 3 weeks. So no scrimmages, right?
No scrimmages, just inter squads. We've been playing like our coach decided that we're gonna every Saturday we're gonna play like against each other and treat it like a game day. So we're kind of doing like halves and everything, like treating it like it's a real game, just so we can get into the mindset of playing a game because we haven't since last March. Yeah, so it's definitely good that we're doing that so we can prepare for when we do have to play a game.
Are you doing that this Saturday?
Yeah, we're gonna be playing again this Saturday. We started last Saturday and it was different because that was the first time we played outside. We on Saturdays we go to Hampden Hall, which is like a private school. We can't go there during the week because they obviously have school. So it's nice to be able to play on a full field outside on the weekends because we haven't been able to play outside on our field, obviously, because of the snow and the ice.
So can you play a full field game inside at the place you work out?
Well, we can, but it's not really like a regulation field, so it's not really the same, and there's no lines there's no 8 meter, there's no crease or anything like that, so we kind of have to like guess, but it's really nice to have the outdoor field so we can actually play a real game.
Will it be cleared this weekend to play?
What do you mean, will they be cleared?
Will your fields be cleared? Like they get the snow off of it?
I think they're working on it, but I have honestly no idea. Our school is very wishy-washy with the field, so
Yeah,
it's kind of
and the weather, if it's really, really cold, you can't play anyway, right? Because it gets slippery.
Yeah.
I noticed that. Do you wear turf shoes on that new turf?
Yeah, I'm a turf person. I do not like wearing cleats. So the turfs that we have a new turf, and it's kind of nice because I am a turf person, but I know a lot of people on my team like cleats and they say that it's fine there too. So I mean, our new turf is awesome, but it's not so awesome when we don't get to play on it that much.
Yeah. Now, did you train in other sports? Because I know you're a really good basketball player when you're in high school. Do you still play hoops?
I mean, well, now that the rec center is closed, like at our school, I haven't been like, because last year I used to go with a couple of my roommates and just like play and shoot around just so we can have a break from lacrosse and play a different sport. But they've closed the gyms because of COVID, so I haven't really been able to do that. But once they do open, I'll probably be shooting around again when I can.
That's cool. So I like to usually end these interviews to ask the college player, if you're going to give, the little Desiree Kleberg 3-4 years ago, a little advice about what you went through when you were evaluating where you want to play college lacrosse and at what level. What advice do you think you'd give that little Des?
I think the number one thing that I would say is just take advantage of every opportunity that you go to. I went to a lot of showcases, a lot of training camps, and I was always the person that was asking questions, So if you're like listening to this and you want to play one day in college, always ask questions, always be a sponge, and just like you want to have to learn to love the game. That's what I did. I started really late. I started in 8th grade, and I learned to love the sport of lacrosse so quickly, and that made it so much easier for me to get recruited. So that's kind of just my main advice, just to take advantage of every opportunity that you get.
Yeah, and one thing that people don't, that unfortunately people don't realize is the reason why, your upside was so high was you started playing late, but you were such a really good basketball player. You also played volleyball, right?
Yeah, I played volleyball.
Right, but basketball was really your game going before lacrosse was, right?
Yes.
And I tell parents all the time, I mean, if there's one sport you should play, if you love lacrosse, it's basketball.
Yes, I agree completely.
There's so much synergies. You learn so much from basketball that helps you. I was just interviewing a young man from Chaminade who's on the basketball team, and we talked about that too. Defensively, I mean, that's one of the reasons why you play such good defense is because you play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
You move your feet. You're not swinging your stick. You know how to play defense. So I think because you played hoops your whole life, I think that really helped you. Would you agree?
Yes. And yeah, another like point of advice is like if you do consider like dropping your sport, like another sport besides lacrosse, I would not do that because a lot of college coaches, mine included, love multi-sport athletes because it gives you such a dynamic and an advantage to other people who don't play more than one sport. And it's just nice to have like a different background and translating one game to another. Like I know a lot of my teammates, they played soccer, and a lot of that is similar to lacrosse too. So it's just great to have like different sports like besides lacrosse in our repertoire as a team.
Yeah, it's a very good point. Very good point. I got to ask you about one young lady that was on your basketball team at Whitman that was a good friend of yours. I know she had hurt her knee. I think she went to Binghamton. Was Maggie? Was her name?
Yes, Megan.
Did she go to Binghamton?
Yes.
Is she playing any sports there?
Well, she's actually trying to walk on to the team right now. She's kind of in that process, but I'll let you know if she does end up playing.
Walking on the lax or hoop team?
On the hoops team.
Cool.
Yeah, she was a great player, and she probably has a chance of making it because I know that she's been emailing the coach and she's been working hard, and she can do anything that she wants to. So I have no doubt.
Yeah, she was awesome because she had a knee injury, right? Late in her high school career.
Yeah, junior year she tore ACL playing lacrosse, and she was bummed because she was a basketball girl, so it was kind of hard for her. But she learned a lot watching from the sidelines, and she came back stronger than ever. So.
Yeah, no, I remember how talented she was. Oh, that's cool that she's at Binghamton. I'll have to tell my nephew, see if they know each other. That's cool.
Oh, Kevin, right? I think she said she does know him.
Okay, cool. That's cool because I'll have to reach out if I go out to a game and say hey to her.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, I wish you the best of luck in your season. I'm going to be following you, creeping on your stats and checking out on everything. I think I watched your first goal on TV last year. Who'd you score your first goal against?
Bryant. That was a great game.
I did see that game. I did. I watched that. It was like a random Friday night, or I don't remember what day it was, but I did watch that. That was pretty cool. I saw it because obviously I'm a big fan of yours, and I think the world of you and your family. And next time you talk to mom and dad, say hey for me. All right.
I will. Thank you so much, Mike.
All right. Say hi to Kat.
I will.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.